Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the I Ain't Finna Read That Reading Rush Wrap Up. Yeah, this is the episode where we talk about all the books that I read through the Reading Rush. So here we go. The first book is Nothing. I didn't do a thing for the Reading Rush. If you think I'm gonna sit there and freaking read all day like I've got nothing else to do, you got another thing coming, homie. Yeah, that's not at all what this is. This is a tag. This is the new kind of summer tag. Yeah. I was tagged by Dane Cobain over at Dane Reads. If you're looking at my content and you don't know who Dane Cobain is, I don't know what to tell you. So here's the problem. It's got these 6 questions and they're all kind of like relative to where you are on the map. And so it's asking me to recommend a bunch of books that I'm not able to recommend because I haven't been to these places, I haven't done anything of interest or whatever. So this isn't necessarily gonna be like me recommending books that I've read. These are me pretty much exclusively recommending books that I haven't read. I read 2 out of the 6 of them, so I'm not gonna sit here and worry about that. It's kind of what it is, yo. I got tagged, so I'm doing the tag. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do here. Okay, new kind of summer book tab. Hooray. Tag. Book tag. First question, start by recommending a book from the country you're in now, as close as you can find to the place you are now. The book that I'm going to recommend is called The Lone Ranger and Tonto Fistfight in Heaven by Sherman Alexie. I really shouldn't have to hype this book up anymore. The name alone is like, shut up and take my money. But apparently there's a portion in this book. This is a collection of short stories. One of the stories being titled, This Is What It Means to Say Phoenix, Arizona, which is where I'm at. Phoenix, greater metropolitan area. You know, funny enough, growing up here, I was trying to think of like books that were set in Phoenix or whatever that I was supposed to read or something in high school. But you know, I didn't read nothing in high school. The only book I read in high school was like first 200 pages of The Fountainhead and Neil Strauss's The Game and I, Robot. That's about it. 2 of those weren't on the list of things I had to read. Have fun guessing which one it is. But anywho, I think Starborough is set in Phoenix or something, or somewhere in Arizona. Anyway, I wasn't gonna read that.
Roll credits.
Alrighty, next question on the BookTube Taggeroonie. Recommend a book from a different county or area of the country. So the book I'm gonna recommend for you is No Country for Old Men by Cormac McCarthy. If I'm not mistaken, that book takes place somewhere between El Paso, Texas, like thereabouts. I mean, I haven't even seen the movie yet, so yeah. I just know that Cormac McCarthy is like depressing. I have a copy of The Road, but that's not like the next like really like bothersome book I want to read. I want to read Crash really, really bad because like the movie looks terrible, every clip of the film that I've seen, but every sentence that I've read out of that book is just so amazing. Like supremely screwed up. I want to see that. I read it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, track 3. Recommend a book that reminds you of summers when you were young. New kind of summer. This is like the only summary question. The book that reminds me of summers when I was young was the book series that I read in summers while I was in elementary school, Del Toro Quest. I read all of the Del Toro Quest main series. I didn't go into the Shadowlands or whatever. I know she did spin-offs and stuff. The Del Toro Quest series, and also they made an anime out of that joint, so you can watch the show too, I guess. I don't know, I didn't see it. Anywho, that's me, summers as a youngling, reading Del Toro Quest little books. It's got all your basic fantasy tropes. You got a belt full of stones, and the stones give you power. I remember one of them joints, he was like in a slimy cellar, slimy cave. I thought that was just the sickest, like, aesthetically. Like, I liked that book. Yeah, it was purple, so it was like the amethyst one. That was my birthstone, so you know, 11-year-old Chris was all about that. Number 4. Recommend a book from a country you've visited before. Sorry, but I've never left the United States. Yeah. But I have seen Mexico. From my high school in San Diego, I saw across the vista into the lights of Tijuana. So I'm going to say visually, my eyes have seen Mexican light. So I'll recommend a Mexican book, The Death of Artemio Cruz by Carlos Fuentes. It's a novel about some newspaper tycoon, land tycoon cat and his rise from bottom to the top or whatever on some like Scarface / Citizen Kane type stuff. Sounds kind of freaking dope. Like I might pick that joint up. Sure, I'll let that slide. Number 5. Recommend a book from a country you'd like to visit next. I very much would like to visit Italy, Naples specifically, because of this book. It is the Memoirs of Benvenuto Cellini. He is a Renaissance artist in the 14th century, the one with the 1500, that century. He was kind of wild, yo. Like he was like murdering people and stuff. But like, he was a goldsmith, jeweler. They made like a play out of him and stuff. I'm sorry, an opera. Early years, I think. Anyway, that's a book that I kind of read. Like I read like half of it. Last question, yo. Recommend a book from the furthest away place you can find. I looked online, like a human would do when settled with a oddly phrased question. And the farthest country, apparently, from the United States, which I could have done Arizona, but I don't feel like it, is Botswana. This thing about Botswanan literature, I looked this book up and I wasn't sure if it was like actually Botswanan literature or if it was just literature set in Botswana. But I went to like knowbotswana.com and it was like hyping this book up like it was a big deal. So I figured, screw it, I'll go with it. It's called The #1 Ladies Detective Agency by Alexander McCall Smith. Just some book about, it's like the only Botswanan lady detective tracks down people. You know what I mean? It's a book. You ever read a book? So that's your young summer questions and stuff. Now, this is the portion where I tag another booktuber. And the booktuber I tag is the artist currently known as Chasing Epiphanies. Bro, your videos are always dope. Here's my edict to you, sir. Complete this. I'm sure you've read books to fit these and won't have to gerrymander it like I did. Alrighty, I'll get at you when I'm at you, y'all. See you later.